Hi everyone. So today I wanted to talk about a tip or a trick that I have used to better communicate with my intuition over my ego. Now, I don't want to underplay the ego because the ego does have an important job. I think we have a misconception about the ego. Now, to me, or my perception of the ego, is that the ego is like a computer. And what it does is it gets all the information from your physical world. That includes the physical world itself, parents, friends, situations, traumas. And it kind of gathers all that stuff up. And as it gathers all that stuff up, it kind of makes filters or programs. So let's say that you have a hard time dealing with emotions. So your ego has obviously set up a filter for emotions, saying, we're not going to deal with emotions because back in the past there was some traumatic event that I don't want to relive or that I'm trying to protect you from. And that's all the ego is really trying to do, is protect you. And you can't really get mad at the ego because that's like getting mad at a computer for turning a screensaver on. The computer really can't do anything about that. It is simply programmed to do that. Now, you as the user can change that. You can change what the program is. You can say, well, instead of it coming on every 15 seconds, now it doesn't come on for a minute, 5 minutes, 25 minutes. You get to change it. And that's what this tool is about. It's about changing how much you listen to your ego compared to how much you listen to your intuition. So it is called an ego contract is the tool that I'm talking about. Now, for this ego contract, I want you to make it as real as possible, however real you need to make it. For me, I wrote it out in my journal, exactly what I wanted. If you want to, if it makes it more real for you, type it out, print it out, post it somewhere where you always are going to get to look at it. And what my ego contract simply said was, ego, I thank you so much for doing your job, for doing a wonderful job. But I now wish to listen more to my intuition. I'm only going to listen to you instead of 100% of the time. I'm only going to listen to you 80% of the time. And I will listen to my intuition 20% of the time. I also ask that you no longer interrupt me in my meditations. You are no longer allowed to interrupt that unless you are asked for your opinion. You are no longer allowed to circumvent intuition. Intuition is going to be my main mode of communication now, doing things intuitively. So ego, you are not allowed to interfere. If you agree to this, please sign here. And then I wrote the date, and I literally signed in a different kind of handwriting. Now, I didn't use just my normal, John Hancock. I actually wrote very, very nicely and very, very neatly, and I wrote ego. And then at the bottom, I wrote my name in my normal handwriting. And what that does is it is reprogramming your ego to say, okay, well, I'm still going to listen to you, just not as much. And then you can start adding to the contract. So, ego, I'm only going to listen to you 70% of the time. Now, ego, I'm only going to listen to you 50% of the time. Ego, now I'm only going to listen to you 40% of the time. Now, 10% of the time. And then you can become more and more attuned to your intuition because your ego is no longer getting in your way. And that way, intuition can be that guiding force for you instead of your ego. Because our ego does get in the way a lot of the time. But like I said, it's only following its programming. So that is just a quick little video today on a ego contract. And I hope that you enjoy. And I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.